Be sure to enjoy your weekend, Dorigo.
Oh, you dance, do you?
Do you love him?
Jacob and Odessa, I'm Christine from news.com.au. Thank you for your time today.
Christine,
Congrats on the series. Jacob, I'll start with you. This is somewhat of a homecoming for you, getting to come back to home soil and work on an Aussie series. What's that like?
It's surreal. It's an absolute treat, and it's something I've wanted to do for nearly a decade now. You know, it's a shame it took so long.
Why did it take so long for you to come down under?
Justin wasn't ready.
Justin had no idea who I was. Yeah, don't know. I'm not sure.
And Odessa, you're also killing it over there in Hollywood. You know, Whoopi Goldberg, Colin Firth, are just some of the names you've starred with. Did you also jump at the chance to come back here and work on an Aussie project?
Oh yeah, definitely. And it's kind of, I mean, it's one of the best case scenarios of getting to come home and work on something. Like, it really feels like the best of the best are involved in this production.
And Jacob, you did mention that Justin Kurzel sent you a letter to ask you to star in this series. Take us back to that moment when you did receive that and being able to work with a filmmaker you've always admired.
Yeah, it was amazing and unexpected, and I framed it.
Really special.
It was funny because he had asked me to do it, and I was calling my agent we need to respond right now because I don't want to lose this. I was going to do something wrong in that space of time.
And Odessa, how did you come to be involved in the series?
Already a very big fan of Justin's and desperately wanted to work with him, and kind of did what I thought was the worst audition of my life for it and booked it.
Clearly it wasn't the worst. Were you hesitant at first because you wanted to do the book justice?
Not hesitant. I think just feeling the gravity of it, wanting to do right by it.
Yeah, likewise.
You are here to build a railway.
What do you recall most of that time?
We need to preserve the men.
What makes Dorigo different from all the other characters you've played?
The major thing was, it sounds simple, but was that he was Australian. It kind of felt like cutting out the middleman a little bit. There's an immediateness to it and something that comes naturally when you're playing an Australian character.
And there was a transformation involved, with yourself and the rest of the cast. Tell us what it took to physically transform into a prisoner of war.
We had such a great support network around us, and we were given 6 weeks to really go hard at it together. But it was a profoundly moving experience, and we all kind of bonded in a really deep way over the whole thing. It was wonderful.
And Odessa, you also kind of transformed because you had to relearn the Aussie accent.
In all honesty, I did do some accent sessions. I think it was a little bit to kind of get me back into the routine. I mean, for the last however long, 6 years, I've either done British or American. So I haven't worked in an Australian accent for a long time. And this is also a period piece. People spoke differently. People held themselves differently. I wanted to kind of bring some of that reality into the way that I spoke as well. But yes, it was also a little bit to get out of the Americanisms that I've picked up.
We all left part of ourselves. In that jungle.
The series was a little bit heavy and dark, but your love story kind of brought light to it.
That's what I loved so much about that part of the story, was just how kind of unrestricted and liberated and freeing it was for these people. I think they both kind of, Dorigo and Amy, in their regular lives feel quite restricted by their circumstances, and I think they both find a lot of liberation in knowing each other.
But it wasn't just a love story between the both of you, it was a love story with the prisoners as well in the camp, right, Jacob?
Yeah, massively. Yeah, it's lovely to see that kind of thing in cinema, to see that kind of tender masculinity and love between men, because it is inherently Australian, and it's one of the sort of major qualities of our idea of mateship.
The series was set decades ago during World War II, but it's still very relevant today, the themes that it explores. What would you like a contemporary audience to kind of take away from the series?
I mean, I hope that they have a satiating experience, because there's so much nonsense that's pumped out on streaming services and in cinemas now. And my hope is that it offers some kind of respite from that.
Well, Jacob and Odessa, thank you so much for your time today.
Thank you so much.
Likewise.
Memory is the only true justice.